My favorite Minnesota memory, I think, is when I met Cole, obviously, but also his grandma and grandpa, which, yeah, I can really remember it. Because we just met in real life, and yeah. Then I got to meet them, and that was amazing.
Yeah, that was amazing, actually. I think my favorite Minnesota memory is probably when the first summer that we hung out together in person. Because, yeah, we spent like 2 months on a lake property in northern Minnesota, and it was, I don't know, it was quite beautiful, actually. So it's kind of a string of memories, but yeah.
Do you want the American version? Spresa is the first one, and Spresa, as Cole say it.
Oh, yeah, I would say like Spresa, but you say it like...
Spresa.
Oh, but that's pretty subtle.
It is.
Yeah, but sometimes it's more extreme. Like, everybody in your family even says it differently.
I know they do actually. But yeah, Spresa.
We usually write everything together. Sometimes one of us will start a song, and then the other one will come in and like finish it, or we'll finish it together. Sometimes they start together. But I think we always try different things, so we don't have... I think it would actually be kind of cool if we had like one process, but we always try to mix it up so that we feel a little more inspired, you know? So it's quite different from time to time.
I'm more like melody-oriented person, so I usually just walk around and come up with melodies like like that.
Yeah, I usually need like a vibe before I can come up with anything. So we complement each other in that way, I guess.
I just bought these very expensive sneakers that I thought was a little bit ridiculous, but I think I got a little bit, what do you call it? Dåligt samvete, as we say in Swedish. Bad conscience about it. But
bad
now,
conscience, yeah.
Yeah.
I can only think like lately, because there's a whole lifetime probably of bad purchases over the years. But I would say recently, I'm actually not that much of like a gamer. But lately, I've been buying like a couple of games for like my Xbox every like couple of weeks, and I'm stacking up a collection, and I don't play them for more than like a day, and then I'm over it. I actually just got Assassin's Creed Origins, and it's pretty amazing actually. That one I actually can spend a little more time on. Yeah.
I don't really get the game things.
She's not really into the games. No, I don't play Fortnite.
What is it?
But I know about it. It's like, it's one of those things that I actually don't want to play because everybody says it's so addicting that I just like, I've never played World of Warcraft either because everybody gets like crazy addicted. So just, nah, I avoid it.
I've never played any of that.
I think I know what you're going to say.
No, you don't. I don't think you do. What do you think I'm going to say?
I think you're going to say, if whoever you are, but probably the guy, don't talk too much.
That is a good advice from me. If anybody want to hit me up, no, I'm married. But that's actually not what I wanted to say. I was going to say, just be yourself as much as possible. No, this is the advice. Be yourself as you would be with your mom or your friend, like your sister or brother. Like the way that you are with them, try to be that. Then I think it will be very fine.
I actually agree, because then people are actually going to genuinely know if they like you or not. You know, it's not going to be...
Then you can be totally like whatever you are, like foolish, weird, or whatever.
And then if it really works out, then it really works out. You know, that's a good one. I'm gonna go with that one also. Actually, I like that. Yeah, I know. That's a cop out.
I would be Michael Jackson. Easy one. I would be Michael Jackson because I think he would... that would be amazing. I don't know why, but it feels like an amazing thing to be.
You always admired his music.
Of course.
Yeah, you're a big...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, maybe I should get to that. I just assume everybody got that.
Yeah.
I would be Michael Jackson, and I would just sit on his tree in Neverland and write songs.
I think I would be somebody from like the past, actually. I would be some historical figure. Somebody very important. No, I don't know, like maybe Benjamin Franklin. I think that would be interesting. Although, then again, he was kind of his private life was full of various escapades. let's say. So maybe not that part of it, but the political and being a founding member of the country would be kind of interesting.
So I can wear all of my gorgeous winter jackets.
That's actually a pretty good one because you do have some nice winter jackets. Yeah, I think my favorite thing about winter is actually that you tend to do more. Like at least in Sweden, where I've been living there for the past like 4 years now, I think it tends to be a time where you have a lot more in-house kind of get-togethers. So it feels a bit warmer in another way. Like it's not so much like out and about and kind of disconnected. It's more like you have to hang out with people inside somewhere and be warm. And there's something that's quite cozy about that, actually. So I think I like the inside vibe in the winter. Yeah.
Actually, that's a good one.
Yeah. And I think it's pretty at times, sparkly.
I like summer better than winter, though, I must say. Yeah.
I mean, I think we all like it better, but it's a matter of how much do you dislike winter. I think you probably dislike it more than I do.
Well, not lately, though. I think it's fine. It's growing on me.
Yeah, I've noticed that, actually. That's a trick question. We're in Minnesota.
For me, it's an easy question. Answer. I really like living in Minnesota because we actually did live here for a year, and that was one of my favorite times. I loved it. I even like the winter because here you drive everywhere, so you don't have to really.
You got heat. Most people have like a garage.
Yeah.
So you can warm. You're warm and go from warm to warm.
It's amazing. I loved it. How about you?
I actually like living in Europe. I think it's a little more exotic for me, but I think Shpressa would like to live here because it's exotic for her.
There, and I should move back here.
Exactly. Yeah. If we ever divorce,
No,
we'll just switch.
We can have a long distance.
Yeah, that's true.
That
That's
works.
true.
It has worked before.
It has worked. Yeah. We're comfortable with Skyping.
We did, yes, all the time, 24/7.
Yeah, like in a weird way. Like in the sense that it was like we would leave the Skype on while the other one went to sleep because it was like a 6-hour, 7-hour time difference. So we wanted to always like feel like we were actually there.
And then we saw each other go to school and stuff. And goodbye, see you later. And he was still on.
Yeah, we would just leave it on. Like, so then the apartment would just be empty. Like, and the other person wasn't there. I know you look creeped out, actually. No, but yeah, we Skyped for 5 months before we met in person. So, yeah, we Skyped a lot.
We met on SoundCloud. So I found Cole's music. And I was looking for some new music to get inspired by. And I clicked on Cole's music. And I was like, oh, this is fantastic. And I listened to all of his songs and commented on them. And then you?
And then I saw her comments, and I was like, oh, this person's very enthusiastic about my music. So then I checked out her music, and I absolutely connected with it at a deep level also. And I had actually been thinking about collaborating, that I was doing a lot of solo, just sitting there with a guitar, and I really thought it would be cool to form a band or collaborate with people. So she kind of came along while that was on my mind. And so initially we just talked about collaborating musically, and then gradually the messages got more romantic, and you have less of a filter online. I've said that quite a few times, but that is like, it just kind of snowballs. If there's chemistry, it goes quite quickly. Well, I actually no. She found me and wrote comments on my songs, and then I suggested that she add me on Facebook, and then we just started like talking, like, oh, we could send each other musical ideas, but yeah, okay, you could, maybe you could say that. I don't know.
At the campsite, Park Rapids, where Cole is.
That's what we call it. It's like my family's like lake property, and for a lot of years it was that we just had like it was for camping, so there wasn't like an actual cabin on there.
But now it's like a lot.
No,
of
it's like a couple of cabins on this property.
That's my favorite.
But I would agree, because that was the first place that we spent time together.
Yeah.
And also when we go there, it's like
I never want to leave when I go there. I'm like, I'm staying here forever.
yeah, it's super relaxing. You feel like you're in the middle of nowhere, but you're still kind of close to town, even though Park Rapids is also in the middle of nowhere. So, but no, I love that place. I graduated from Park Rapids Area High. Yeah.
I did not know Area High. Maybe I need.
Yeah, that sounds. Do all high schools say like Area High? Is that no? That's interesting.
That's a big
yeah.
answer.
Yeah, but there's like a lot of high schools down in the Minneapolis area, right? So it's like you can be from Minneapolis and still go like to different, yeah, not in Park Rapids. It's kind of interesting.